I'm Alan Calder. I'm the Chief Executive of IT Governance. It's a company I set up some 15 years ago, originally to publish a book. And out of the publication of the book on IT governance guidelines for directors grew a much larger publishing business, out of which grew an e-commerce business, out of which grew a professional training and then a consultancy business, and to that we added penetration testing, PCI, and a broader range of products and services as we developed what's become the leading single source for everything that people need to deal with cybersecurity and data protection. Today's cyber threat environment is increasingly complex. Cyber criminals are sophisticated. The speed with which they can deploy new attacks on digital websites and on organizations' data processing gets greater and greater every month. And organizations trying to defend themselves from the whole range of possibilities between theft of data and valuable assets all the way through to being forced out of business, followed by compliance and regulatory fines and class action suits, means that they need to have a cybersecurity team who are up to date with what threats look like and how to deal with them. There's a global shortage of about 90,000 cybersecurity professionals, so for most organizations it's pretty tough to build an effective cybersecurity team. And even if you could find the people, they have the unfortunate tendency to want to go on holiday, sometimes get ill, leave and go and work somewhere else. And they need to be kept interested, otherwise they just leave anyway. So building an effective cybersecurity team is difficult for every single organization, particularly smaller organizations. With cybersecurity as a service, you can effectively buy a 365 by 24 by 7 completely up-to-date team of cybersecurity experts who can identify where your weaknesses are as an organization, who can give you the guidance on what to do about defending them, and who can make sure that you are staying on top of the threats. Cybersecurity as a service is a brilliant way of generating real value for customers by enabling them to rely on our expertise for their peace of mind. With cyber defense, there are really three key elements. The first is the technical and procedural bit that most organizations can do. That's about making sure that your firewall configurations are effective, you've got proper procedures in place to deal with passwords, with multi-factor authentication and the like. You can build internal defenses, all of which is pretty solid, pretty reliable, and stops criminals getting at your key assets, your crown jewels. But for an organization to operate, you've got to be able to get at data, you've got to be able to open incoming emails. So you also need a second line of defense, which is human beings who are trained in how to identify the difference between good and bad, what I call the fuzzy firewall. It's not a black and white decision. It's I've never seen this email before, but it's genuine, I'm going to open it. And sometimes when you make that decision, it was the wrong one, and the email does contain or does trigger a cyber attack, and that means that your systems can get corrupted. So you need a third line of defense, something which enables you to minimize the impact of a breach, which will happen. It happens to all organizations all the time. It's unavoidable. And that's insurance, because insurance enables you to buy the technical support that enables you to neutralize forensically an attack piece of software very quickly, enables you to repair and rebuild your systems. And the challenge for most organizations when trying to buy cyber insurance, when they think about buying it independently, is it's very difficult to get cyber insurance in a way that enables you to bring the cost of it down in the light of the extent to which you've defended the organization. So, for instance, most buildings insurance will bring with it a reduction in fees if you have the right window locks and security guards and so on in place. It's logical the same thing should apply to cybersecurity, and you can't really get that. So for us, the opportunity to embed a really good level of cyber insurance into a product which enables, on the one hand, our customers to be happy that they've got defense in depth all the way through to the resilience of cyber insurance, but on the other hand enables our insurance partners to know that when they're extending cover, they're doing so to organizations who've got an appropriate level of cybersecurity defense in place. You go back to the issue of there being 90,000 too few cybersecurity professionals in the world. The same challenge applies to insurance companies. They don't have enough people to be able to go out and check that their clients are appropriately secure before putting cover in place. They get a really good benefit because they know that everybody who's bought our cybersecurity as a service package is going to be secure, that we've got defense in depth in place, and it means that the insurance element included in it doesn't expose them to the kind of unpredictable risk that potentially goes with extending that cover into the open market. They are an organization that is particularly good at putting together new insurance packages in markets that don't yet exist. And what we're doing with cybersecurity as a service is something which doesn't exist. So it's no good us going to go and talk to a broker. We don't know our way around the insurance market. But Stubborn Edge does, and they understood our offering, they understood what we wanted to do, and they're able to put together the often complex, from our point of view, process of building in the insurance element to our package. So they're a good partner to work with.